played Inferno before. They've won with a combined total of 32 rounds won to 14 rounds lost. So they won a 16-2 and they won a 16-12. So pretty solid on Inferno. Now, adversely, on the other side, Horizon Union, they've played Inferno as well this season, and they lost both of their matches 16-10. They lost to Echo Fox and they lost to Tempo Storm. Now, those are two other of the top teams in the Premier Division right there, especially Tempo Storm. They're still undefeated. They're 12-0 in the Premier Division, number 1 in the Premier Division. Highly expected to be the best team in Premier.
Interesting way to start things off, but it seems to be in the favor of Obey Alliance, as one of their players, I forget who it was already, but I think it was Ado, managed to get himself inside through Boiler, pushed up, tried to kill a player in bedroom. He got him, but then was immediately traded out. And then, of course, we just see Slemmy going crazy, and 3 headshots in a row. Then I bring it down as Watson and Prism trying to clutch it out. They did get themselves onto the A bomb site, but that is going to be almost a perfect nade onto Watson, bringing him down to just 2 HP. And, of course, he's going to be a very easy target. In fact, he's getting aggressive, moving through the smoke. Falling back now, of course, but the Pop Flash trying to use it to hold some of these guys back. However, he's moving out now, almost catching one of the kills, but he's not going to be able to accomplish that. The guys in Obey Alliance shut it down in the pistol round, and they will be able to take the first round pickup here on their CT half.
Huge round from Slimmy. Four frags from him, 4 headshots. Not able to get the ace. That player throws his life away, and they end up getting the defuse. But this time around, he's got plenty of money, so he's going to go straight to the M4 buy. I expect some SMGs to come out. And I expect this to be more of a, I guess, typical Inferno match. These teams being of higher caliber in the Premier Division than some of the other ones that we have watched tonight. So I expect this to be a little bit cleaner. I expect Obey Alliance. Yeah, you know, Caster's Curse. You got to throw it out there. But I expect Obey Alliance to complete the anti-ecos well.
Well, we'll wait and see on that. One of them did manage to sneak their way inside a library. Or not, apologies, not library, apartments. And Tanner, this is trying to get his way outside of Boiler now. But I think they're expecting him to be in there. DSR has got his eyes locked onto that Boiler exit. And in fact, it doesn't look like Tanner's going to go through with the plan to evacuate outside of there. He's moved over towards the long haul instead, and eventually just going to give up completely. I think he was just hanging around watching out in case CT's got aggressive, so we could try to find a trade, or so that he could try to find a kill there and stop them from really getting any intel. But not going to be the case. Falls back, regroups with his teammates. The problem, though, is that when the guys on Horizon go for this push banana, they're going to be met with a very bad fate. However, thankfully for them, Ape was caught just as they were pushing it. They do have a cross spray lined up, and although Ape does fall, Slemmy's got full control of the situation, gets another headshot on the Tanner. He did allow Watson to get away, and he is going to be able to get the bomb down, so that's the important thing for Horizon. But beyond that, they get destroyed, and Slemmy is going to be able to find an ace here, by the way, too.
Slemmy's 9-0, 2 rounds in.
There you go. That's
yeah, 4K in the pistol round, picks up the ace in the second one. Yeah, he's feeling it right now. And he's just counting his blessings. They didn't clear out the sandbags outside of the B-bomb site. So they get the plant. They're going to be able to go for a buy here on the T side. But like I said, Slimmy, they rob him of both of the diffuses. So he's only got like 90 RWS right now as opposed to, 100. So that's a bummer, I guess.
What would your, I don't have the stats on. I'm curious as to what the ADR would be now. Like,
I can look it up for you if you cast this round.
All right. Look it up real quick. I'm like curious now, just because it seems like
Slimmy is at 58.87 RWS and he has 420.5 ADR.
That's a high stat right there. Even
420.5 and a .412 headshot percentage.
If you could mask the fact somehow in a conversation that was only 2 rounds in, you'd be like, yeah, I had 400 ADR in a pug once. That was cool. All right.
Yeah, that's nuts. So first 2 rounds, he's got 421 ADR, essentially.
So, Horizon, not off to the best of starts, but they did get the plant, and that was the important thing there. That with 8 relocating a little bit too early there, they did allow them to get the force buy going now in the 3rd round. However, what they need to do is they need to make sure this execute goes swell, and they've already lost Prism. They have not committed towards either side as of yet. Again, they're playing it back. They're playing for picks right now. But they're going to have to commit to something soon because they really haven't made any progress at all on getting map control, and now they're below 50 seconds. So there's going to need to be a decision made very soon, and losing Prism has certainly not helped the process for the T's.
No, not at all. And, they've still got no one sitting up here on the balcony with this MP9, which can wreak havoc on this player that's coming around the corner, and that's going to be That's going to be Ado. He drops some flashbangs around the corner, and he actually gets the headshot on Breeze while his teammate falls down into the pit. And no one actually goes down as well. So Ado opening up this A bomb site, but the push is coming in towards B, and Slimmy goes down. So the defenses at the B bomb site are shattered. But there you go. DSR holding stalwart at the A bomb site. Now they're going to press on up mid, and they might get caught out here. This is going to be Ape trying to chip away and find that frag. DSR rotating back around. Gets a nice shot onto Tanner, and it's down to a 2v2. Here comes the backstab. Oh, we heard him, Elian. And they do win the round because that second frag from DSR was on the bomb carrier.
Yep. So
that's a huge round.
They deny the plant. Watson does make it out of it with the gun at the very least, so they're going to be able to carry that. But that's it now. As you can take a look at the money here for the guys on Horizon. They don't really have a whole lot. So the most we'll be seeing is a couple of creative pistols being brought in. And even that is looking like a long stretch for quite a few of these players here. Tech 9's brought in by Tanner. A Deagle investment actually on Prism. So they do decide to buy up on those upgraded pistols as it'll sit behind the AK. Hopefully give it a little bit more firepower, but Obey are off to a roaring start here now by picking up these 3 rounds. And also, again, barely taking really a significant amount of losses as of yet. They just took 3 there, so a little bit heavier than previously. But again, on this one, they're shutting it down. Ape and Breezy already finding those first 2 kills on a Prism and Addo. And I think they've got a good idea as to the amount of a push that's about to come down Banana here in a moment, too. As they're still very, very prepared for some players to push in this direction. And they should be able to easily stop it at their current positions.
Yeah, the boiler play is going to get thwarted there. Tanner goes down. The last 2 over here by Banana. Watson's going to take the jiggle peek. He does get the better of 8, but they got to remember Slimmy is still over here. He's playing from spools. He's got an opportunity to go up to 11-1. Little sloppy on the opening spray, and does manage to clean them both up, though. So that is going to be a 4th round now on the board here for Obey Alliance. And the terrorist side, they've got the money, so they are going to go ahead and buy up that 1 AK that they saved from the round before. No investment from the last round. DSR again with the op here on the CT side, but no op here for the terrorists. And it's going to be 5 AKs across the board. So Slimmy, 11-1 after 4 rounds. Not a bad start to the matchup. Not bad at all.
Bit of a drop off from his 9-0 start in the first 2 rounds, granted, but still improving. Uh-oh, we might be losing Mega Man, or our Mumble might be going down on us. I believe I'm still stable, according to what I can see. Mega Man, are you still with me? Shoot, hold on. Yeah, it looks like it's our Mumble. I can still see him fine on our Skype chat. Give us a moment here, guys. Let me try and fix this really quickly, as I think we might have lost our communication. We're just trying to figure out how to fix it really quick.
Server connection failed. The remote host closed the connection.
No one's going to be able to pick up one more. That's Elian down and out. Tanner, your last man standing in the backside of this A bomb site. No bomb plant. And there's a minute and 15 left. He does manage to find DSR. Comes down to a 2v2 or 2v1 there at the end. But 6th round now on the board for Obey Alliance. And they're really not showing very many signs of stopping now.
No. And again, guys, we do apologize for that bit of a hiccup there with the audio. We have switched our VoIP services, so we should be good, assuming no other acts of God interfere with the server we're currently using to talk. But we're back now, and we come back to you on another gun round as well, which is what's important here. So Horizon, yet to get a single round on the board here, still struggling quite a bit. And again, going to start themselves off with a bit of a push heading up towards Banana. Tanner tried to get himself in the apartments early, but didn't realize that Breezy, and even if Breezy had failed, there was another player too that was sitting in the apartments. Obey now just taking full control of the map right at the beginning. They're not giving Horizon any room to breathe at all here.
Yeah, and that's the scariest part about this situation right now here for the Horizon Union is that they keep switching up the pace now. They see the nade come out from the boiler side, and Breezy might get stabbed in the back, and he actually somehow gets out of that. I don't know how he doesn't die. But he gets out of that with 73 HP, and he's going to live to fight another day. So that is a big miscommunication there, or a miscue from the terrorist side. They don't pick up what is essentially a super easy kill.
We can see Horizon still keeping their players sort of waiting in the wings here, trying to see if they can find a way to get on either of these sides. Still playing passive, but this is the problem, though, is that they've been doing this in almost every single round up to this point. It just hasn't been working. Sitting back, waiting. We've seen this from a couple of teams in their attempts to just bait out a couple of kills tonight. But as soon as the CTs are getting an advantage, there's no reason for them to play aggressive unless they're the ones making a mistake. And you very rarely do see that. So they're sitting back. It's Horizon that needs to be the one that innovates here, that needs to be the one that actually figures out what exactly is going wrong and then applies that properly to get themselves onto a site after they've lost one of their guys. There's Addo, who tries to get himself through arches, I imagine, to get a pinch onto the B-bomb site, but that's not going to work. And now they're going to go for this take. But take a look, they've only got 13 seconds left to make this work, and they're basically going in blind right now. Slemmy finds 2 kills. Alien did find that one pickup on 8, but Prism is going to move in, and he's got an op. 5 seconds left. He's falling back now, and because he's off site, they can actually wait for the timer to expire. He's got to be careful now. He's got to try to keep himself alive, peek it out, and he's shot in the back by no one, so he's going to die, and he doesn't even get the money.
Yeah, 1,300 for him. He can go for a Tech 9 armor. He's having or not even a Tech 9 armor. He can go for a P250 armor and utilize whatever money he does have. But we have a pause in Horizon Union. I mean, 7 rounds. They need to talk things over. They need to figure out what to do because they're getting beat up right now. Slimmy is now 14-3. Taking a quick look at the actual page here. He is at 31.53 RWS. He's got a 4K and an ace. He's still sitting at 193 damage per round. So he's got the 2 FPR. Pretty solid start.
It's that like hacker level ADR right there, man. It's that.
Yeah, I mean the first
ADR.
2 rounds he had 421 ADR, so that's pretty insane. But he's doing work right now. Absolutely doing work. Here on the other side, so he's at 193 ADR. On the other side, Prism, who's 0-7. is doing 11.7 ADR. That's average damage per round for those of you who aren't privy.
I mean, like ultimately, like moving away from the frag counts for a second and the individual performances, Horizon is just, again, I touched on it very lightly in that last round, but they're basically just trying the same thing every single round. We've had this with a lot of teams tonight. There's just no strats. It's all very straightforward type of play that Obey is able to read and just completely shut it down as soon as they figure out what's happening. And it doesn't take long to do so because there's maybe only 2 or 3 different variations of this strat at most that Horizon are throwing at the guys from Obey. And also, because Obey oftentimes gets this opening pick before Horizon even attempt to execute their strat, Horizon oftentimes just sit back, let the timer run down, and then they leave themselves no time to actually get themselves into the site to begin with and get the bomb down. So we have situations like we had before where now their money's going to get completely screwed over because Prism went down after the timer expired, and he's sitting on 1,300 now. The rest of these guys can afford to rebuy, but he can't. He's going to have to go for a Tech 9 armor investment, or in his case, it looks like just a P250.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Is like they're even finding like a pick to start to open up a bomb site, but then they stall. They stall out, and that's what happened in that last round. That smoke got thrown out. They were forced to run through it. They get the trade on the player that's pushing through CT spawn, but they're running through a Molotov, and Slimmy's able to capitalize and pick up 2 kills because of it. So, I mean, it's not necessarily that Slimmy is having an amazing matchup. It's just that the stars are aligning for him, and they just keep walking into his crosshair. This time around, he's going to be over at the A-bomb site playing from Cubby. So they're staying mobile in these rounds, and Slimmy's now going to be over here at the A-bomb site, and it looks like there's going to be a couple players here from the terrorist side that's going to be trying to make their way up. They're spamming out the dark room at the end of the apartment hallway, and luckily for the Obey Alliance side, nobody's playing over there right now. They're playing a little bit more of a passive setup.
They've also given away their presence inside the apartments, though, so Bay can sort of get ready for the type of push that would usually lead up from this one. Thankfully, for Horizon, because they haven't committed as of yet, they're still free to fall back and change it up a little bit. So this is what they're going to try to do right now. They're going to try to mind game this a little bit here by just trying to go for a straightforward strat instead. But still, again, the problem, this is easy to read. But again, maybe trying to be a little bit more advanced with this.
Again.
They stopped. I think they wanted to rotate, but like someone called it off for whatever reason. It looked like they were going to fall back and go for a B play instead. But now the problem is they're stuck here, and they give Obey the time that's needed to push forward and investigate these things. So they're going to move up. That actually works out great, though, because Breezy over peaks, and Watson's able to take him down. He doesn't get any kills. They're all bungled up right now on Rap side. They're going to take a lot of damage from this Molly. Tanner's down to 14. Watson's down at 17. 20 seconds to get on this bomb side. They should be able to do it, but no one. He's going to find 2, and Slemmy finding a 3rd kill. Addo did trade out 1, but Slemmy's just going crazy right now. He's picked up another one on a Prism, and it's just on Alien. 12 seconds left. He's hiding on the balcony right. He's going to try to run. He should be able to get out of here, but again, the round ultimately fails because of Horizon's sort of slow pace, or because of Horizon's own, what's the word I'm looking for here? Horizon's own
second guessing.
Yeah, because they keep second guessing themselves on these pushes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you saw that hit come to the top side of mid. They threw out their smokes, they threw out their flashes. Go, commit, take the fight right then and there. You're still in a 5v5. You don't have a man disadvantage at this point. But then they throw out all their stuff and they stop. And then they try to reaggress that situation later on with no utility at all. So they're shooting themselves in the foot. Now Slimmy's up to 16-3, keeps his 2 FPR going, still sitting at around 200 ADR. And this is just, I mean, DSR opening up onto Watson. It's another buy up here from the Horizon side. They got the money bonus, so they can pretty much afford to buy out as much as they want at this point. But where do they go from here? Slimmy with the M4 now, again, over here on the Cubby side. Going to go ahead and drop a smoke in mid, and now they're going to have to run through that smoke if they execute. And here comes the execution. They're going to flash on through, push on up, and now Slimmy's on the arch side. Do they have a smoke to cordon this off? It doesn't look like it. So now they fall back to mid.
But now the problem is they're doing this so slowly. They're still just shift walking their way up banana, even when they're completely out of the hearing path right now of anybody on B. If there was a player in the car angle, he would have seen them coming anyway. So they've already started preemptively rotating towards the B bomb site because they haven't had any execution towards A. The other 2, if this execution does go well, will be a ways off. But again, Horizon has second-guessed themselves, or at the very least is making an attempt to try and trick Obey just by basically by causing chaos. I think they assume they'll get the most split-up CT setup, which is correct, but now they need to find these entries, which is another area they've been having problems in before, too. They've been able to trade, but in terms of just their raw ability to find frags when they're the ones being aggressive, that hasn't really been a strong suit for them. And now, Semi's going to push out, finds 1 pickup, almost gets a second, but is taken down by Addo. Breezy, though, and no one pick up 2 additional kills there by shutting out Tanner and Addo, and Breezy finds the final one at a prison. The plan did not work, and again, they waste so much time pulling that off. They all just end up going down. There's not a lot of trades to show for it.
Here's what I love about that play from Slimmy. Even though he only managed to pick up 1 kill out of that, he caused enough chaos that both of those players turned around and both of those players ended up dying. That he wasn't able to kill. So he threw the wrench in the plan. And then that left it all on that player on truck side coming up. There was 2 players. They played a double pit. Very, very strong again. We see it time and time again. And this time around, it's going to be DSR peeking into the alternate mid. He's got to get the hell out of here. Drops some Molotov. They're going to push on through. No one's going to be there to back him up. And the teamwork makes the dream work.
Breezy's going to get aggressive now, pushing up through the mid choke point. Doesn't connect the shot on a Prism. A little bit messy on the spray. Has to switch over to his USP, but Addo's run out of ammo too. And Ape comes to the rescue, pushing up through Banana. It's down to Tanner. He finds a kill on a no one. He's got Breezy down pretty low, but unfortunately he's going to get pushed by Ape. He almost takes Ape down, switching it out for another Tech 9 that was on the floor, so he doesn't have to go for the reload, but he's stuck here on the T steps. There's nowhere to run, and they've all given him like an equal amount of space for him to play around right now. But there we go. As soon as he peeks down the long haul, DSR is going to grab him, and Obey will be up at 10-0 here, leading still by a huge margin. Everybody on their team is floating just around $10,000. No one, of course, having to reinvest this round, so he's going to be a little bit lower than the rest of the team, but Horizons have been given every opportunity they need to try and steal a round away, and they just haven't been able to do it. They're going to invest again, but what hope does that give us that they can even pick up anything here?
Little to none. Prism's got the op again, but he's still yet to get a kill. I mean, that's really kind of the story of this is like, yeah, sure, he's got the money to invest into the scoped rifle, but He has yet to do anything with it. This time around, DSR again going to get aggressive here in apartments. He's found an early pick 2 rounds in a row from this area. This time around, that nade, that's on the point. 38 HP chipped off of Ado. So again, I mean, now look at this. They're going to aggress here on Banana. The boost is going to come out, but they might get down to the bottom side of Banana fast enough that boost is going to matter. But Ape actually just took a crap ton of damage. And Slimmy does go down to Prism's off. Finally, Slimmy's on the board, or Prism's on the board.
They should know that Ape's here. Ape's not shift walking, but I don't know. They didn't realize him. He only gets a 1-for-1 trade. Thank goodness for the guys on Horizon. But now they've got to get themselves up to this B-bomb site. They're trying to get aggressive, but finally this isn't working. Tanner just wraps back out through the mid choke point there, picks up a kill into Breezy, and now it's all on no one. It looks like we may finally have a round coming up onto the board here for Horizon, but no one. Not going to take it without a bit of a fight here. He's going to move in and try to go for a hero play, or at least some economical damage.
He's going to get one and done at least. But Horizon finally on the board, and if they can rack up 5 in a row here, that would be great. But how many times have we seen, specifically on a map like Inferno, or even like a train, where the CTs will be just romping, going ham sandwich. T's will get around, and then the CTs just reset them immediately afterwards, and then just continue to steamroll. And I just have that gut feeling that is possibly what's going to happen here.
Well, we'll see. Maybe Horizon got a little bit of a confidence boost with their victory here. I imagine they will be trying to utilize a lot of the things which worked here. So falling into a repeat pattern is what could actually really hurt Horizon a lot more, because I don't think Obey is going to do that. Obey probably are looking at a much deeper pool. When it comes to the setups, they can try to work on the CT side. We've already seen some of that now. No one's put himself up on the balcony, and they're, for the most part, just going to be posting back, waiting for the T's to aggress into them. DSR, not even aggressing through middle this time. He's sitting back around Rap side, waiting for a peek, and the guys on Banana have actually fallen back. This is them going back to a much more passive setup now, as Ape and Slemmy are going to have to try to hold this, but the timing could work out for the T's, and there you have it. Ape is going to find a first kill, but Slemmy was on top of second orange. He's able to jump to the first one and find the trade kill into Watson. There's a perfect pop flash. The T's are going to try to pull back, but they just line right up, and he gets 2 more kills. Alien and Tanner both go down. We can see Adam moving in. He's going to be able to surprise no one by eliminating him, and he's also going to try to line up a flank, but Breezy knows this, so he's going to raise him there on Highway, take another duel, which Breezy will win. That shuts down Addo, and now everything's on Prism.
Yeah, and they already knew that he fell off. Breezy's going to be over here. DSR is going to be over here. That flash from Slimmy was god tier.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of those flashes that you throw while holding down both of your mouse buttons. So it's that intermediate strength flash. Plus he threw it while he was running, like walking backwards. So it even had a little more fluff to it. That was perfect. Didn't bank it off a wall. Didn't bank it, didn't drop it off the ground or anything like that. Didn't underhand it. So there was no noise, no sound. That flash just blew up in their face, and he lined them both up. That was such a great play from Slimmy. He's having a great match.
And now this is going to reset Horizon too. They're completely out of cash with the exception of really Alien, but even he's only sitting on 1,600. Starting from the bottom, losing bonus now. They're just going to go for a direct push towards B. Actually, Obey might be caught off guard by this a little bit here. Tanner finds that first kill, but Slemmy trades back 2 more, and he's going to get pushed still, finding a second and third. So a total of 4 for Slemmy before Addo takes him down. The problem for Addo, though, is Addo's alone now in a 1 versus 3, and very quickly the CTs are moving in. There's a pop flash, doesn't really connect onto him. He's not even trying to get the plant right now, which is actually what his team really needs. Keep in mind, they're going to be out of money. They've only got a 2-round losing bonus working with them. He's just going to try to win this out in the 1v3 on its own, but that's not going to work. No one takes him down. And Obey lead still 12-1, and Horizon are going to be out of cash.
Wow. So there's the reset. Slimmy. He got 9 kills in the first 2 rounds. He just got 7 kills in the last 2 rounds. Coming into the final 2 rounds of the half. And I mean, the guy is absolutely just man-moding this matchup right now. Now, again, this time he's over at the B-bomb site. He was over at A a couple of rounds ago, so they're keeping him mobile. They're keeping him guessing, and this time it's just going to be a fast push towards A. No one's going to be able to find the first one. Another one coming around from underneath, that's going to be Watson. He's going to meet his demise as well. They're wrapping. Oh, 4x3, no one! Ado goes down. Prism goes down, and no one answers back with his own 4K.
Yeah, everybody in Obey gets a party, it seems, here. Horizon, unfortunately, they've just turned into a bit of a mess now with that one. They just wanted to get the bomb down, it seemed, there to try to get some extra cash for this final round buy so that some of their players can either upgrade to AKs or that they could at the very least have utility behind Tech 9 buys, but Look at it. Look
Didn't
at what
really
they bring.
work out
Yeah,
for
it doesn't
him.
really work out very well, as there's plenty of Obey players that are just going to completely abuse that from what we've seen so far in this half. And now this final round is going to be pretty lackluster beyond the 2 players that are able to afford full buys.
Yeah, and again, you see Breeze. He did this before, and he does it again. Oh, he actually saw the second one jump up, but he misses the jump. That's lucky for Tanner. That's really lucky for Tanner. And he goes for a pre-fire, too. And then he misses the jump again. Oh, and he's getting flanked out, but he makes it to underpass.
Yeah, he got to Mexico quickly enough. So, however, Alien is not going to be so lucky.
Slimmy. These flashes from Slimmy are just destroying the retinas of the terrorist side players that try to come to B.
They're also all just grouped. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, that's like 2 or 3 times now that he's hit a perfect flash on these players.
Yeah, so now Horizon, again, the problem is they don't really have any ground to work with either. No one has gotten aggressive. He's pushed out to the hay rails. They know there's no pressure on A right now. So long as no one holds his position, they can safely assume that they're going to have to group up either towards middle or around the banana area. But actually, here we go. I think no one's spotted the play now as Prism's going to sneak his way up. And no one just lines up that shot. A little bit of an interesting spasm on Prism's body, but nonetheless, has found that kill. Now the final 2 Ts are trying to sneak their way over here towards the B-bomb site. Watson finds the first kill, but Ape immediately trades it out. He's down at 8 HP. He's going to need some help, so Watson should be able to try to get the plant down here and put this into a 1 versus 2, but Ape, never mind, just closes it out on his own. It's going to be a 14-1 half in the favor of Obey.
Ouch! If you're Horizon, I mean, I thought that this was going to be closer. Horizon 6-4 on the season, 8-2 for Obey Alliance, but Obey Alliance is just on another level comparative to these guys. And that's like, I mean, Horizon has beat some decent teams. They beat No ID that we saw earlier tonight. They beat Vault GG, who is a team that we've seen a couple of times. Vault GG is 9-3. And Horizon beat them on Inferno 16-14. It was close. They beat them on Inferno 16-14. And that came on the back of them getting 9 rounds on the T side. They got 1 round on the T side this time. Ouch. Their CT was not good. They gave up 8 rounds to Vault GG when they were on CT. So this one's probably going to be rough.
So starting off this one, we can see now that there was an aggressive push from Horizon. I think it was Prism that did that. Move that actually did spot the pretty quick play that Obey was trying to go for it up banana. So it's held back the guys on the T side for the time being. They've got the bomb situated here. And there's a 3-player stack, but 2 more also sit around alt middle and in the T apps as well. So they are considering other options if need be. But based on the current splits, it's definitely going to be a wiser choice to make a B hit right now.
Yeah, that's actually the scary thing. They dropped out the smoke, but even if they just decide to push through the smoke and hit this B bomb site, that could be really, really scary. They rotate Watson over. That is the right call. But look at this. They're trying to find this information up the top side of mid. No one's going to be able to peek out. Addo going to be able to find... Pardon me, that headshot. Another smoke comes out here, but they're just pushing in towards CT spawn, and Watson is there, but he loses his life to DSR, and now they're pinching back in towards A. This is a little bit of a reverse of what you normally see. You'll see players push in through bracket side and take into CT and go B control. This time around, they're going to flex back towards the A bomb site, and Addo's going to go down.
It should have been obvious, actually, for Horizon to spot this, but it seemed they're a little bit confused about it just because of sort of the unorthodox play that's been thrown at them here, and now they're just getting ripped to shreds, though. Alien trying to hold, he finds 1 trade at least, but it's on Prism to pull off a 1v3. He was the initial player there on the B-bomb site that spotted the push-up banana, but it doesn't even matter. Ape's going to shut him down. You know, Bay will put themselves on match point here. Horizon have to force up and pray to God that they can respond on this upgraded pistol round, as otherwise Obey are taking a brutal victory here, 16-1.
Not looking good, man. Obey Alliance, they came to play tonight. This is just an absolute wrecking right now. Absolute wrecking. Slimmy's still sitting at 160 ADR, by the way. So that's, I mean, a nutty performance from him. Though we've seen it in the past that, you know, the last-ditch effort, all right, we got nothing to lose at this point. You know, so we're just going to invest into this, and people have won these. So Horizon, they've got an opportunity here to at least make something happen. So we'll see if they can take a W here going into the second round of this second half.
So Bay taking it very slowly here just to play cautious for the obvious reasons that Horizon are probably going to try some cheeky stuff to catch a couple of free kills and then see if they can take advantage of that. But a lot of control of Banana already maintained. Both Horizon's Addo along with Watson are posted up here on the B-bomb site, and they are definitely suspicious of a B hit. because they're also going to move Prism in here too. This is a bit of a safe measure. Tanner has gotten himself into a bit of a battle there inside the apartments, but ultimately he's going to fall back. And now we see the hits starting, but Watson's picked up the first kill in a DSR, so it is going to prompt the fallback now, and it looks like they're changing up the plan very quickly to make this an A hit instead. But Horizon's read this as well, so they're in a good position to stop it if they can rotate these players in quickly enough and get them into spots. There's Elian. He's going to be a big player here if they don't spot him. Trying to line up some shots on a Breezy. Finds him. Tanner catches another one to shut out no one. Down to just Slemmy and Ape holding this one alive here for the tease. But Tanner still in that same position there. Ape finds him and takes him down. They need to find way more if they want to close out this round. Ape finds a second kill. Alien trades that out onto Ape, and now it's on Slemmy in a 1 versus 2. He didn't realize, though, that there's literally a player sitting right around the corner. So Prism is just going to wrap around, shuts him down, and Horizon keep themselves in this game for at least a little bit longer.
Oh, man. That's awkward. They reset the money. They prevent the plant, so we will see a save coming out from OB Alliance, but this shouldn't be too big. That's no sweat off their brow. So actually, they're just going to buy into this. Why the hell not? They've got rounds to play with. But pretty interesting demise to the end of that round there for the OB Alliance. Nicely done for Horizon, but I mean, they've got to save now 13 more match points just to force overtime. Yikes.
Yeah. That's the ultimate challenge. Is that you cannot make a single mistake from this point forward now. So ultimately, Obey still has no reason to fear things as of yet. And shouldn't really have any reason to fear things until Horizon get about 10 more rounds. They're just going to go for a straightforward execute towards A. Tanner will be in the prime position to try and stop this, but he's smoked. You can't necessarily get a good lock onto the positions now. Gives away his position. Slemmy finds 2 kills. There's Ape with a third.
What the hell just happened?
All right. Rip the comeback, or even slight potential for it. As your A site defenses just got destroyed, and now you gave your opponents 2 free guns. One of them is a FAMAS. And they have armor behind it too.
And the post plant positions are so strong. They've got pit, they've got apartments, they've got graveyard, they've got back of site, they got truck side. I mean, there's nothing. They got nothing. Just Ado, just roast yourself in that molly. That just, I don't know.